These are the red heifers in 2025. As you can see, they are no longer small. They have matured and are now old enough to be sacrificed. But why has this sacrifice not taken place yet? What went wrong? Let me explain. There have been ongoing discussions about the potential sacrifice of a red heifer in March or early April 2025. As the heifers imported from Texas in 2022 have reached the required age for the ritual sacrifice. According to Jewish tradition, a red heifer must be at least 2 years old, but preferably around 3 years old, to be eligible for the purification ceremony. There were plans to sacrifice one of these heifers around Passover in 2025, but reports suggest that some of the heifers may have developed white hairs, which could disqualify them from the ritual. This has led to uncertainty about whether the sacrifice will proceed as originally intended. Some Jews believe that the Temple Institute hasn't performed the red heifer ceremony yet because none of the red heifers in Israel meet the requirements. This isn't widely known, as Jewish rabbis are still carefully studying which heifer would be the best candidate. Although there has been speculation and preparation, the sacrifice may not happen as expected. Groups advocating for the construction of the third temple have been closely watching the situation, but since many heifers have been disqualified due to white hairs or other flaws, there's uncertainty about when the ceremony will take place. However, if any of the remaining heifers are deemed suitable, the ceremony will be held soon. The red heifer is extremely important in Jewish tradition because its ashes are required for ritual purification, particularly in preparation for rebuilding the third temple. If the red heifer sacrifice does not take place during Passover 2025, there are other possible occasions in Judaism when it could be performed. Some discussions suggest that the sacrifice could be postponed to a later Jewish holiday or a significant religious event. One alternative could be Shavuot, which occurs in late May or early June. This holiday commemorates the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai and is associated with purification and renewal, making it a potential candidate for the ritual. Another possibility is Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles, which takes place in the fall. This festival has historical connections to temple rituals and could be seen as an appropriate time for the sacrifice. Jews have prepared everything for the construction of the third temple. Many people believe that it could be built in less than a week if they were permitted to do so. However, the most difficult challenge they currently face is that Al-Aqsa Mosque sits where the first and second temples once stood. Some Muslims believe that Jews plan to rebuild the third temple after demolishing Al-Aqsa Mosque and, of course, after performing the red heifer ceremony. That is why Muslims around the world closely watch for when the red heifer ceremony will take place. What do you think? Can the Jews build the third temple? Or at least begin the red heifer ritual for the temple construction? Let's wait and see. Leave your thoughts in the comment.